Welcome, everyone. Let me kick things off with a question you might find familiar. Why is it so easy to understand English, but so hard to actually speak it? You're not alone. Millions of learners get stuck here. This gap boils down to two modes: receptive skills and productive skills. Receptive skills like listening and reading are passive, much like watching a movie. Your brain just absorbs. But speaking is a productive skill. It demands real-time output. You have to build sentences, organize ideas, and pronounce words all at once. Think of it as juggling balls instead of just watching someone juggle. Now, you might be wondering, if I can understand, why can't I just speak? Well, understanding uses recognition memory, like recognizing a friend in a crowd. Speaking, though, uses recall memory. You have to actively find and produce the words. So, the key takeaway here? Understanding and speaking are two separate engines. To drive both, you need different kinds of fuel, and that's what we'll explore today. Ever felt like you're doing everything right, listening to podcasts, watching Netflix, reading articles, but your speaking just isn't improving? That's passive learning in action. Let me give you a quick analogy. Imagine learning to swim by watching hours of swimming videos. You might know every stroke, but until you jump in the pool, you won't swim. The problem with passive learning is that it builds your comprehension, but not your production muscles. Two key terms here: input and output. Input is what you take in, output is what you produce. Now you might ask, isn't input enough? Research shows that balanced input and output practice leads to much faster fluency. So, if you want to actually speak, you've got to get your output reps in. Bottom line, consuming English is great, but using your voice, that's where the transformation happens. Let's talk about the elephant in the room: fear of making mistakes. Does this sound like you? I'll speak when my grammar is perfect? If so, you're in good company. Here's the conflict. Aiming for perfection actually blocks your progress. Perfectionism creates anxiety, which is like static noise in your brain every time you open your mouth. Let me tell you a story. When children learn language, they don't worry about mistakes. They say things like, "Me want juice." It's not perfect, but it gets the job done. Now, you might be thinking, but adults should know better. But here's the resolution. Communication is about clarity, not perfection. If you get your message across, your English is working. So, remember, fluent with mistakes is better than silent with grammar. Every error is a step forward. Let's flip your study strategy. Are you memorizing single words? What if I told you that learning chunk short, ready-made phrases can boost your fluency tenfold? Chunks are groups of words native speakers use together, like "I'm a bit busy right now" or "let's catch up soon." Think of them as Lego bricks. Snap them together, and you've got instant sentences. Here's the conflict. Memorizing individual words is slow and leaves you tongue-tied in real conversation. But when you store full chunks, you can pull them out instantly. You might be wondering, how do I find these chunks? Listen closely to TV shows, podcasts, and conversations. Note down the phrases people use over and over. Resolution. Practice chunks aloud. Use them daily, and you'll sound more natural, more confident, and more like a native speaker. Here's a tip that feels odd but works wonders. Talk to yourself in English. Yes, really, self-talk is a powerful, low-pressure way to practice. Setup. Most learners say, "But I have no one to speak with." Conflict. Waiting for a partner means waiting forever. Resolution. You can be your own best speaking partner. Describe what you're doing. "I'm making coffee." Reflect on your day. "I felt good about my meeting." Or act out both sides of a conversation. "Hi, can I help you?" Yes, I'd like a coffee, please. Now, you might be thinking, isn't that weird? Actually, studies in psycholinguistics show self-talk boosts fluency and helps you think in English, not just translate. So, next time you're alone walking, cooking, even showering, speak out loud. Your fluency will thank you. Let's talk about a 21st century language hack, practicing English with AI. Tools like ChatGPT and Pi are game changers for solo learners. AI, or artificial intelligence, isn't just for techies. These systems use natural language processing, a fancy way of saying they understand and respond like humans. Now, maybe you're skeptical. Can an app really help me speak? The answer is yes. AI partners are patient, always available, and never judge your mistakes. To use them, just start a conversation. Hi, I want to practice English. You can type or talk, and the AI will reply, correct your sentences, and even explain tricky words. So, resolution. Let AI be your low-pressure practice partner, and you'll get real conversational experience every day, no matter where you live. Ever wish you could speak English faster and more smoothly? Enter the 432 Technikia powerful exercise for fluency. Setup. Choose a simple topic, maybe what you did yesterday. Speak about it for 4 minutes, slowly, including lots of details. Conflict. Now repeat the same story, but only for 3 minutes. You'll need to organize your thoughts and pick up the pace. Resolution. Finally, tell the story in just 2 minutes. You'll speak faster, with fewer pauses, and your brain will start working on autopilot. This technique uses time constraints away to push your active recall and automate your language skills. Try it and listen to your own progress. Let's try a creative exercise. Take one sentence and say it in as many ways as possible. It's like stretching your language muscles. Start simple. I went to the store. Now add details. I went to the store yesterday. Change the reason. I went to the store because I was out of bread. Conflict. Many learners get stuck repeating the same sentences, but by mixing things up, changing the tense, emotion, or subject, you become more flexible and fluent. Try it. I'm going to the store now. If I had gone to the store earlier, I wouldn't be hungry. See how your English adapts? Resolution. The more you practice variations, the faster you'll think and the more natural you'll sound. Shadowing is a technique where you listen to spoken English and repeat it immediately, trying to match the speaker's rhythm and intonation. Setup. Find a podcast or video with clear speech. Play a sentence, then echo it out loud. Focus on pronunciation and flow to key elements of spoken English. Conflict. At first, you'll stumble. Your brain isn't used to real-time imitation, but that's exactly why it's so effective. It stretches your auditory memory and muscle memory at once. You might ask, isn't this just mimicry? Actually, shadowing is proven to improve both accent and fluency. Neuroscientists call this motor auditory synchronization. Resolution. By shadowing every day, you'll train your ears, tongue, and brain to work together, making your speech smoother and more natural. Let's wrap up with a challenge. Make English speaking a daily habit. It's not just about big study sessions. It's about practice throughout your day. Setup. Identify moments when you can sneak in English, brushing your teeth, cooking, walking to work. These are your language pockets. Conflict. You might say, I don't have time. But even 1 minute, repeated often, rewires your brain. This is called distributed practice, breaking study into small, regular bursts. Resolution. Set a goal to say 5 sentences out loud every day, no matter what. Over weeks, these small efforts add up to big progress. So, are you ready to unleash your English? Remember, the best time to start speaking was yesterday. The next best time is now.